I'm always looking for ways to get more for my money. That's why I do my banking with MeQ Credit Union. MeQ members get better rates, lower fees, and special perks that you don't get with the big banks. Yep, more for my money. And I earn up to 3% on my checking with no minimum balance. Just a few ways MeQ Credit Union gives me more. If you live or work in the Baltimore area, check out MeQ Credit Union and start getting more for your money. Welcome to better banking for all.
I started Restoring a Village off of the strength of one, being a widow, losing a husband, and just wanting to make a difference. We wanted to do a holistic approach, and so Restoring the Village was started, and it was a pop-up that God just put a vision in my heart and just said do it. And so my biggest thing is being obedient and doing it, even if it doesn't make sense to me. We have a great team, about 7 core members, and we have over 200 community partnerships, and those partnerships are churches, they're agencies, they're community association, nonprofits, they're everyone. They're leaders, community leaders without even a community association. It's just they're leaders. And so I love talking to people. I love meeting new people. And that's just how it goes. It's like a cluster. You just keep on building and building and building. Then I have different community partnerships that they help with just jobs. Like I know my lane. My lane is connecting. And so we have other people that help with jobs, and we have other people that help with missing children. You know, we have people that has their own niche, and we just want them to feel a part. So I just connect them. And shout out to Diamond K. He's very influential in the community, offering platforms. I started Restoring the RTV Project radio show as just a way of getting information out to the community. It can be so many things that can go on, but what we want to do is only solely work and focus on the positive. And so that's all that Restoring the Village is doing. Everything on there is positive, and there's no negativity. We've lost that communication. And so I love when people actually come on and actually can talk to people and let them know what they're doing and why they should support them, you know, and how they can be supported. So I just think that loving on one another is the best thing that we could do right now. I would love to see, you know, more people getting involved in their communities. And again, that's, you know, kind of off, but getting more involved in the community is the best thing that we can do. I'm totally not against police officers. Of course, we know there's some good and bad with anything and anybody. I want to really, truly make a difference. I'm running the same district that my husband was murdered in. And that right there shows strength. It shows that we can recover from anything. And it's not to say recover, but we can conquer anything. And you can make a difference even in your brokenness.
Welcome back to the Father and Son News Show here on Radio on Fire. Thank you for joining me. My name is Diamond K. And here alongside my father, D. Williams. How you doing, Dad?
Hey, brother, glad to be here, without a doubt.
Every Tuesday, we are here unpacking political and social stories from our studios here in Baltimore, Maryland. Of course, if you want to advertise, sponsor, anything like that, edition of the Father and Son News Show, please visit radioonfire.com/promo for pricing and other details. So without any further ado, let's dive in. That's terrible. So you know where Poe Homes is?
Yes. Unfortunately.
Yeah, here in Baltimore.
Yes.
So they are at day number 8 without full water at this housing project here. So residents they don't have a constant clean flow of water over a week.
Horrible.
You know, and the Department of Public Works, it took them days before they even adequately responded to this. So the water main break happened last Sunday into Monday morning, and the city did not respond to it till Thursday. Almost 5 days. So for people that don't know, this is it's a housing project. It's it's a low one. It's not one of the high rise. I went there yesterday.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And I talked to some of the residents, and they were angry.
They're
angry.
And they were thirsty. Okay.
So you had people, some activists there, people from the Nation of Islam were passing out water, and other organizations passing out water. They had food. They were doing things for the kids. The city brought breakfast at one point. But there's no end in sight as far as the whole thing being over with. So they recently installed some what they call low flow toilets.
I saw that.
And shower heads.
Yeah.
Which is not compatible with the pipes underground. So people may think that this is, it's one of these things that happens. I was talking about, if you remember before the Preakness happened this year, they had a water main break. Did you know that? A couple days before?
Right.
Fixed it like that. Boom, we gotta get these horses out here. Horse leaving. Okay, so you see the sense of urgency was for, and I know you're from Park Heights, so I'm not going to dump on Park Heights. I always try to take a shot at Park Heights wherever I can.
You see, but people don't know how serious the situation is for us in our communities.
Yeah.
The people who run this country, this city, this state, don't like you. They don't care.
Clearly.
They don't like you. They don't like us.
Right.
Okay, we here, they tolerating us, but they don't like us. They don't have no use. They don't have no use for us.
Right.
Slavery is over. They don't have any use for us. And so, you know, this is going to become more prevalent across this country. People are going to realize and see that I think Barack Obama said when he was running in 2018, 2008, he said, the one that you've been looking for is us. There's not going to be nobody with a white hat that's going to save us.
Right.
We're going to have to save ourselves.
Correct.
And we can't save ourselves until we realize this is serious.
Yeah. So I talked to residents yesterday and said that they could not flush their toilets for 1 week. They've not been able to flush the toilets. It's been 90 degrees at some point in time, 80, high 80s.
If you can't flush your toilet, it could be 55 degrees.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh, my God.
Couldn't take baths. This is a real crisis, right?
Yeah, it is.
And so here's how it came to me to even know about this, okay? Because as you know, we're not from that area, and I don't really have any friends that live in the projects that I know of. But the frustrated residents at the slow response, let's keep in mind they have kids, you got elderly folk there, and they felt like no one was taking the situation serious, and they took to Facebook. Mm-hmm. So people started tagging me in posts from the residents, and that's how I found out about it. Mm-hmm. Okay, so one resident said in the post that city workers have gone home, maintenance people have gone home, and leave us with no water still. No one cares about us. And so there's images of the residents going to fire hydrants to use pots and buckets, as you can see there. And
this, just at a glimpse, this looks like a third world nation.
Yes, and this is near downtown Baltimore. Okay, just a few blocks away from City Hall. Right, and you can see that's an elderly lady, shoeless, getting water from the fire hydrant in Baltimore City in 2019. So after these images and posts started to circulate, then the Department of Public Works started to respond after that. So no sense of urgency, no sense of anything. And another resident said to me that the city seems like it has a nonchalant attitude. And so people have been dropping off water and things like that. But I spoke about this before, a couple weeks ago, and this is a bigger issue. Okay, that area, Poe Homes area, was given over $1 million in grant money in the fall of 2018 to revamp.
Okay.
Okay, they're not revamping for the residents that are currently there. Okay, and they've been given other grant money. They are going to fix up the place, privatize it. Those people are going to be moved out. They're trying to make it uncomfortable for them there. So people, they told the people on Thursday and Friday that maybe they need to go stay with other relatives while they sort things out. Right? And so they want to start picking people away, getting some of the residents down, and slowly they're going to come in. Now they build up the community in very close by.
The surrounding.
Right.
Yeah, right.
They're going to change and revamp that whole area.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
University Hospital. Absolutely. And it was that biopark is thing, buildings over there. They want to change downtown Baltimore and the outskirts. And they want to flip the city inside out. And the city becomes a county and the county becomes a city.
And then they're gonna put a big fence around the city so you can't get back in. But listen, but listen, that's happening around the country.
Yes.
And what's happening is that people will say, well, wait a minute. The city is run by black people. You know, the mayor is black and this black, and that's true. But the people who are running the city are white. Okay, who own the city, who are manipulating the politics, and the people respond. The city responds slowly because the people who are giving them their marching orders is not interested, and so they reflect what their bosses tell them.
Right.
And so that's the reason you have black responding to another black in a nonchalant manner. Because they don't know no better, and they're being influenced and directed. And so, they hit it right back. The only ones that are going to save us are us. And that's why Radio on Fire is so important, to be giving out the information to the community, the information that you're not going to receive on Channel 13 or CNN or Fox. Or any of those. That's
Definitely
the
not
reason
Fox.
that we are here.
Right.
And so it's going to take time for all of us to realize that we are our only best partners is us working together.
Right.
And so a friend of mine was just in town, and he said years ago he had asked a Jewish associate of his, this back in the 60s. He said, what do you think the problem with black people is in 1966? He said the guy instantly came up with a response. He said, y'all don't trust one another. Y'all don't trust one another. And so y'all always going to be in that kind of position.
It's true.
Jews trust Jews, white, I mean, yeah. So we going to have to work together to resolve our own problem.
Agreed. So I think that this is going to get worse.
Hello.
I think that this issue is going to happen in other places that they're trying to get rid of.
The thing is that land is valuable.
Yes,
And
very
there's more
valuable.
people that they want off that land.
Correct.
Because it's the same thing that's happening around Johns Hopkins.
Yes.
That area.
Yes.
Look how much university has expanded.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They want that land.
So the brother say, follow the money.
Yes. Yes. So this is it's going to be, if the residents, and this is another point, the residents have to become involved in the process.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or else they're
Absolutely.
going to continue to be kicked around.
Exactly. They cannot respond like victims.
Yes.
Okay, they got to take charge. Say, wait a minute. I'm fired up and I ain't gonna take no more.
Yeah.
They got to you got to fight for yourself.
Yeah.
You got to defend yourself. You can't just surrender. They ain't got no wall, y'all. That ain't anybody. Don't nobody.
I ran into some people that were like,
What
that.
did they tell you at McDonald's?
We need more Big Macs.
Don't nobody care.
Oh, right. He did say that. Yeah, well, that was one person.
Yes.
And he said, now I got to tell the story. Okay. Now they're going to be looking at all right. So I worked at McDonald's back in the day. And I got to tell the story.
Go ahead.
Baltimore Hilton is where we're from. And so I'm going to, well, you're from Detroit. I'm from Baltimore Hilton.
Detroit's in the house.
So I'm going to catch the bus, number 20, right?
What year
Baltimore
is this?
Hilton. It's a long time ago. And it's the early 90s. And so I'm going to catch, you weren't here. You was gone. You was.
I don't remember you working at no McDonald's.
Oh, right. Yeah, you missed it. And, so I'm going to catch the bus. And I got paid the Friday before. This was a Monday. I did not smartly take my money out. I took out $20. Catch the bus, eat through the day, come back home, boom. So go to catch the bus. And Greg's here, I do not like to run for the bus. Reason being, what if I fall? Then people on the bus see me fall. Then I'm embarrassed. So it doesn't matter if I'm catching the bus. It matters if I fall to catch the bus. So the bus is coming. I went to the gas station, break the 20. Bus comes. I'm going to miss the bus. So I run to the next bus stop up by Phyllis's house, up the street. As I'm running for the bus, walking expeditiously for the bus. So the bus pulled up, and I said, if I run across the street, I might miss it. I can go to the next bus stop and make it. While I'm going to the next bus stop, somebody comes out, boom, pulls a gun out, kick that out, kick it up, yo, give me what you got. I did have on a necklace, which was fly, I thought. It was an Uzi necklace. But I shouldn't have had it on, probably. Should have had a Uzi, maybe. Not the Uzi necklace. Also had a matching pinky ring. All that was gone. Took the ring, took the necklace, took what was left of my $20. Well, took $20, but it was in small bills. Robbed me. And the bus flies by. I wasn't falling, but they saw me getting robbed. Even more embarrassing. Okay. Did you even notice? I'm on Caton Avenue. In between, so you know where the Caton Castle is? I'm right there. Right there. Locked up, robs me. So now I can't even get on the bus. So I go back in the house to go get more money. Thankfully, I didn't take all of my check out. You say, don't you have to go to work? I forgot something. Because I didn't want y'all to know I got robbed.
Right.
Because then it's like, okay, mom would have freaked out. You would have, who knows?
My son got robbed.
Right. You from Detroit. I don't know what you would have did. I got to live around here. So I come back in, get more money, go catch the bus. Not on that bus stop. I caught the bus in front of the house this time. Catch the bus. Now, when I went in the house, I called work because I said I'm going to be late. And this is back in the time when I tried to be on time. This is why I don't try to be on time now, because stuff happens. Call my job, tell them I got robbed, I'm going to be late, blah, 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 blah. He's like, okay, oh my God, where you got robbed, da, 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 da. So I get to work, right? And that was lunchtime. We had a lunch rush. And what they want at McDonald's during lunchtime? Food. They want cheeseburgers, they want hamburgers, and they want Big Macs. And I was responsible for making these things. So they come to me like, oh, come on, let's get it, right? So I'm coming in. And everybody's like, oh my God, Dwayne got robbed. Da, 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 are you okay? And so people come from the drive-thru and they pat me up. And feeling, like
You feeling the love?
I'm
though.
feeling the love, and I couldn't tell you guys. I would have got that love in the house, but I couldn't tell you guys because I didn't want y'all to know that I got robbed. So he packed me up. This is like 5-6 minutes, feeling good. So the manager's like, who answered the phone? Manager, and this is the point of the story. The manager says, "Dwayne, you okay?" It's like, yeah, I'm fine. You good? You hurt? Anything like that? No, I'm fine. All right. So listen, I'm serious. Remember this. Nobody cares. Okay? You're fine. He said, you had your 15 minutes. I need Big Macs and regular hamburgers. I need them now. Come on. And that's the nobody cares story. But the thing is that he was right. And I always remembered that story because at the end of the day, he's like, okay, you're fine. You're not hurt. Life goes on and nobody cares anymore. The time is up. And so with the people in Poe Homes and Perkins and the former Murphy Homes and whoever and any disenfranchised people or don't have the money that they should have, you're saying nobody cares.
Right.
Essentially. So you can't be the victim.
Right.
We got to move forward.
Right.
Right.
Hey, Don, there was 2 water main breaks, a week or 2 ago on York Road in Timonium. They were fixed just like that.
Big
And
ones.
these were major ones.
Yeah.
Fixed just like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And then see, we're caught in a quagmire because just like and I know we're not talking about the Jussie Smollett situation, but the state's attorney had ended that case. Then the powers that be said, we changing everything. No, we ain't doing it that way. And so when we follow the rules, or when you go by your rules of other people, this is what you get. They can change the rules anytime they want to.
Right.
If you're not making the rules.
Right.
So
Right.
we have to make
the rules.
We got to make the rules. And
Which means we got to be in control. In order to make the rules, you got to be in control.
And let me tell you how you can start to make control. A friend of mine is here from Atlanta, and he told me an interesting story when he was in the penitentiary. And he said that
the story was he told you when he was in the penitentiary.
no, he told me that he told me that today.
Okay.
That went back when he was in the penitentiary. He said that they took control of their block. Okay, and he said and the way they did that is that they were allowed to bring in women and do things that they wanted to do, but they said that if you bring any drugs in here, we're gonna cut it off. So what I'm saying is,
iPhone charger.
so what happened? He said that they took charge of that cell block. They started policing themselves. They looked at each other. They said, listen, we want these women to be able to come in here.
No doubt.
Okay? Ain't gonna be no drugs up in here. Okay? I don't care what y'all do over here. This block right here, ain't no drugs. No drugs. And he said for the 5 years he was there, there wasn't no drugs.
It's over here.
So what I'm saying is that that's the only way we're going to take control of our community is we got to get out there and say, ain't going to be no killing here, ain't going to be no drugs here, or whatever we don't want, right between these streets here. And once you're able to do that for a prolonged period of time, this neighborhood going to say, how did y'all do that?
Give me that.
Show us how you did that. And then they going to have to do that.
Right.
You're going to have to take it one block at a time. But we got to police ourselves.
I agree.
You can't let somebody from Harvard County come out here and hey boy, what are you doing? I mean, when you think about it, it's as crazy as when we were back in the 30s or the 40s when we were trying to go to somebody's restaurant that didn't want you to be in there. Think about how crazy that is. He don't want you in there. Let us in. And then when you get in, he go behind a closed door and make the food for you. What the? He don't want you in there anyway. You gonna eat that? Right. Think about that. How crazy is that? How does that? That's crazy.
Well, why would you want to give him your money?
Exactly.
Even deeper than that. Right.
Exactly.
Right.
He don't even want you there. And then he said, okay, well, if you're gonna come here, hold on. Right here. There you go. You gonna eat? You gonna pay him? You gonna eat that?
Yeah, well, I mean, in that day, looked at, thought people were honorable. He was like, well, thank you. Now that we have equal rights, I'll take that drink. Thank you very much.
But the bottom line is that we got to take control of your own destiny.
100%. 100%. We're going to have to always talk about this. Moving on. All right. So, Maryland Governor Larry Hogan, his office today responding to the illegal donation accusations. And here's the thing about this story. Let's get into it first, and then I'm going to take this part. So the Maryland Democratic Party is asking the State Board of Elections to investigate possible campaign finance violations by Larry Hogan. He asked this yesterday. Mm-hmm. His office responded saying that these accusations are false. So where is this coming from? 2018, Hogan's campaign earned more than 200 in illegal contributions.
200,000?
200K, yes. Now, under Maryland law, donors cannot give more than $6,000 every 4 years. And he has 200,000 in illegal contributions. So his office wrote in response saying that this is false, citing the fact that transparency and ethics were important to his campaign. And so he says that their campaign is always willing to operate within the limits established by the law and makes fully transparent and timely disclosures, blah, blah, blah. So here's my thing. $200,000 of illegal campaign violations. They know they had violations. Hogan's attorney states that their campaign refunded 5 donations that exceeded the limit. Right? Mm-hmm. And he's saying that. Sure you did. Sure you're right. Here's what I'm saying. Mayor Pugh, who's on the wall, you see her on the wall? Mm-hmm. How much money was Mayor Pugh, what are they riffing about? 100,000?
100,000.
This is 200,000. Okay? And he ain't write no book. So, you know what I'm saying? They're not going to, the mainstream media's not going to talk about this a lot.
And they're not going to do anything about it.
They're not going to do anything about Mayor Pugh either. They wanted to get her out of office.
Well, but they did.
But that's what they wanted to do, right?
Really, right. That's why that's why they're not talking about it no more.
Yeah.
They wanted to do.
So Washington Post said yesterday that Senator Clarence Lamb found the possible violations after Hogan vetoed a bill that was meant for further transparency. That's when they found this stuff out. Because they had a bill that was going to give more regulation into your donations. And Hogan was like, oh, no, we can't pass this. Y'all go see my 200,000. Oh, we need to refund these 5 donors here real quick. You know what I mean? And so it's funny how the average person here in Baltimore, the mainstream media fed them this. Catherine Pugh was so bad.
Exactly.
And I'm saying that politicians do this stuff all the time and much more. 100,000 is light money. All the money that they playing with.
Listen, man, Hogan and Donald Trump. I mean, I'm tired of talking about Donald Trump.
Yeah.
But the thing is that we have to take control, and it begins by having control of the message and the news. And you, my son, I'm proud to say, have taken control. You're doing your part to help not only the citizens of Baltimore, but helping our people. Because Radio on Fire allows us to know what is going on in our own community. Urban America. So yeah. And we got to stop being scared.
Exactly.
Because I want everybody to understand one thing. Everybody within our hearing is going to die.
Anyway.
We all going to die. So if we're going to die, you already know you're going to die.
That is the worst thing that can happen.
Yeah, what is it to be scared of? What can happen to you? If somebody came up to me right now, put a pistol to my head, said I'm going to shoot you, I said, that don't scare me. I already know I'm going to die. So what? You think that scared me? That don't scare me. So when you conquer fear, we can do anything. There's nothing that can stop you. You ain't scared of nothing. That's you know what white people call that? They call that Superman. Superman. You can be Superman if you want to be. Superwoman. All you gotta do is conquer fear. Because that's the only thing that stops you from doing anything. It's fear. So no, we gotta take charge. And hey, listen. Yeah, I'm 70 now, and I do feel the difference going into that next decade. And I already saw a boy and a man here in the studio. He's 23. I said, "Do you want to switch with me for about 2 weeks and let me be 23 again? Let me just see how that feel." He didn't want to do it. He didn't want to do it. But let me say this: we got to take charge. And I gonna tell you what my associate who came from Atlanta told me today. Scared me. And I say something. He scared me. He said, "Listen, we as a people, we are already in the casket. We in a casket. They just ain't sealed it yet. And if we don't do something right now, we're gonna be sealed. They're already showing you what they're gonna do by what they're doing to the Hispanics. They're just giving you a sample." And he scared me. Okay. I said, whoa. I said, and he right. We in trouble.
Unless we mobilize.
And
right.
then and we can do it. But we got to stop being scared.
We definitely can. We definitely can. Last story. So tomorrow is the big day. For day one anyway.
Yeah.
The Democratic debates are tomorrow. Number one. All right. So 20 candidates are going to take the stage, and they're going to talk about a wide range of topics.
Yeah.
20 candidates. And there are 7 policy questions that I think need to be addressed. Now, there's a lot that the candidates agree on, a lot that they don't agree on.
Mm-hmm.
And we are going to get a first glimpse as to who possibly can go up against Trump. Right?
Donald Trump.
Right. So I think healthcare is one of those issues.
Mm-hmm.
Climate change, immigration, trade, foreign policy, race-conscious policies, and what are the candidates' priorities? Right? Those are the main things that stand out to me. Mm-hmm. Now, you're going to be tuned in.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Yes, sir.
Starting tomorrow. And, I think that Mayor Pete Buttigieg, he's getting challenged right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's the guy. And it's not because he's married to a man. Okay? My mother's married to a man. It's not that. It's not that I have anything against people that's married to a man. But the issue that I have with him, there's only one, but it's major, is he doesn't know how to deal with black people. Ooh, that's major. Why do I say that? Is that your face, Sam? Okay, so he is the mayor of his city, right? South Bend. Heard of it before? No, you haven't. Okay, not for now. It's Indiana. 100,000 people there. There was a police officer shot. Yes. Who is she?
A white person?
No.
A Chinese?
No.
A Mexican?
No.
Ain't nobody left but us.
Right. And they didn't handle it well. He's been on town halls trying to talk to people. People are mad. There's a lot of racism on the force. The police force has gotten whiter, but the people that they're policing, not so much. And there's a lot of issues. And historically, they've had these issues. And he has sashayed around and ignored these issues. He had time to get married. He's planning to have a family. It's a lot of men. I don't know how it's going to work, but that's what he's planning. Okay, and so without the black vote, you're not getting elected.
In South Bend.
No.
Oh, period. You need for the presidency.
For the presidency.
Well,
A Democrat, let me say, a Democrat
okay, thank you.
is not going to get elected without the black vote.
Right. Okay.
Now, it was maybe 1% that voted for Trump, maybe 0.5% black people. But I'm saying a Democrat can't get elected without black people.
Mm-hmm.
And the black people, all we have to do is look at the black people in the town where he's the mayor of.
I thought that was a predominantly black town.
It is.
It is?
Mostly.
Huh.
My thing is this, is that not all though.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't have money. It's and it wasn't always like that. But you know, they lost a lot of jobs to overseas things.
Yeah, it used to be a steel mill town,
Right. I mean,
like Gary.
Same thing happened in Gary and Detroit as well. And so because the race relations are not good there, and he can't handle it there, you know what I mean? I was looking at town halls. He doesn't know how to. I mean, people were talking, and he was, you know what I mean? It wasn't a good look. He's not the guy.
But if you're talking about you feel that his biggest flaw is that he doesn't know how to deal with black folks. Who out of all them candidates know how to deal with black folks?
One of the black ones. Well, how we know that? We don't know. We don't know. Now, here's the thing, okay? We're not going to get Obama every time, right? We're not going to get Obama every time. So, okay, so we need to get somebody who is at least open, empathetic, sympathetic, and with at least fool me, right? But if you're not even trying to fool me, and you just, you know what I mean? Bernie Sanders, no way.
What about Joe Biden? What about Joe Biden? Come on. What about Joe Biden?
Definitely not.
Not Joe Biden.
And I'm glad you brought that up, because you have some black people that they trot out. Al Sharpton. I like Al Sharpton. Okay, but they trot out Al Sharpton and other people from your generation. Mm-hmm. No disrespect. They like Joe Biden, right?
I don't know.
They do. Because I've seen them on TV. What's the guy from Al Sharpton likes him. What's the guy from the fish fry in Carolina? The senator. They all went down there to go to his fish fry. Clancy? Is it Clancy? Something. Clybourne.
Oh, yeah, Clybourne.
Right, they go to Clybourne's fish fry. They all like Joe Biden because they're older, right? But younger people don't really mesh with him like that.
Well, that's true. I saw a survey that said that Joe Biden. You're right. I mean, Joe Biden's numbers come from black people. They said white people don't even like Joe Biden in the Democratic Party. You know, his strength is coming from
the Obama coalition.
Right.
That's what it is.
Right.
And you know what I mean? Nephew right here, he was too young to vote for Obama, right? And Joe Biden's like, who? Okay. You know what I mean? Somebody see on TV, okay, but he don't really know Joe Biden like that. We voted for Obama. We don't even know Joe Biden like that, right? He looks funny to me. And he doesn't look like the president.
Well, who do you like in this group of 20 or 25? Or?
I like Kamala Harris. Maybe if we were in California, and I was a little bit older, and I went to a different school, she might have been Kamala Harris Williams. I don't know. But I'm just saying, I like her. All right? And I like her. I like Elizabeth Warren. Mm-hmm. But I know we can't have a double lady. You know, we can't do the double thing, right? You got to split it up. You got to be a lady man, man lady. Can't be lady, right? America's not ready for that. I really dislike Bernie Sanders.
Right.
I don't. If it was Bernie or Trump, I'd be troubled with what, at least with Trump, we know what we get. With Bernie Sanders, we don't even know. He looks like the guy from Back to the Future.
The guy in the
The
car.
professor.
What about Cory
Right.
Booker? What about Cory Booker?
I like Cory Booker. Now, Cory Booker, I just don't know if Cory Booker can be the president right now. Maybe he would be a good number 2, but I don't know what can you give us, Cory Booker? You can bring us New Jersey? Whoop-de-doo. You know what I mean? What else can he bring us? I don't know. So Kamala can bring us California. That's important.
But listen, any Democrat's gonna get California.
Okay. Fair
Am
point.
I right?
Fair point.
Oh,
Fair point.
any of them. I mean,
We need Florida. We need somebody to bring us Florida.
right.
We need somebody to bring us Florida.
Right. Right.
That is the key. We get Florida, we good. We get Florida, we good. Who out of this 20? Bring us up number 4. Anybody on this list? Because your guy's Bill de Blasio.
So far,
I like Bill de Blasio.
So far, without hearing the debates, I like Blasio. Not just because he's married to a black woman, and not just because he's from New York and he knows how to fight. Not because he's not scared, and not because he's not I got to be politically correct. Because he said Donald Trump is a con man, and then the reporter said, "Why would you call him a con man?" He said, "Because he is a con man." And he said, "But people don't want to go in the gutter." He said, "That's telling the truth ain't going in the gutter. Lying is going in the gutter. Stealing, that's what he does. I'm up aboard. I'm telling you who he is. I've been living with him for 30 years. Everybody in New York knows he's a con man." I mean,
So you like Bill de Blasio? Okay. That was a Bill
so
de Blasio
far,
promo.
So far, I haven't heard any debates yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Beto O'Rourke,
Oh,
he's no Kennedy. And that's what they're going for.
That's like
Can he give us Texas?
he could he give his own self Texas?
No, he could not. He could not. But I think he got robbed though. But he apologized for getting robbed. Doesn't John Delaney look like John Glenn, the astronaut?
He looked like he went out of space.
And doesn't Jay Inslee look like a cousin of Franklin Delano Roosevelt?
Let's smile. He does.
Yeah. So
Where you coming? That everything you said is quite accurate. Yeah, I'm getting scared.
so Elizabeth Warren list I like. Bill de Blasio I like. Julian Castro I like, but legitimately he can't win.
Right. They're gonna try to deport him if he
Yeah,
wins.
he can't win. He can't win. And Amy Klobuchar, you like her?
I can't even say her name.
Right.
Amy. That's about all I can do. What's her
Yeah.
name? What's her name?
Amy Klobuchar.
Klobuchar.
Yes.
President Klobuchar.
Yeah,
That ain't, she ain't gonna make it either.
Yeah. Based on that alone. All right. So take us to
Who is that in the red? The red.
Tulsi Gabbard.
Oh.
She's from Hawaii.
Oh, okay.
Hawaii.
Okay.
She's
okay.
cute, but I don't know if her platform is strong enough. So let's go to slide number, is it 5? Okay. This is the second night. Michael Bennett, Joe Biden, Mayor Pete, Kirsten Gillibrand, Kamala, my girl, John Hickenlooper, Bernie Sanders, Eric Swalwell. He says that he has PTSD, by the way. And so I thought that it was a ploy. He's a military guy, and he was going for the military families and other soldiers. So that's his platform, and he's really big on that. I think that he would be better a part of someone's cabinet than actually the president. And so I mean I've listened to him talk, and I think that the points that he brought were great points. I just don't think that he'll be able to deliver any area that we really need. Marianne Williamson, she's like since Oprah couldn't run, she's the white equivalent, the best they can do. She's a self-help guru.
She's a fortune teller.
She was right. If Nancy Reagan was alive, she would want her to read her poem.
Right. She like the lady I saw on Judge Mathis, who said she was a psychic. He said, "Well, what's going to happen on this case?
She said that?
Yes.
What she said?
She said, I don't know. He said, we got a psychic.
She was a defendant, huh?
Yeah. No, she
Oh, she brought the
she was
case.
suing somebody.
So you like Marianne Williamson? Huh? She was also
No, I don't. Did you say I do?
Yeah.
No, because her name is Williamson.
No.
I sound like I don't know. I don't even know her. I know about her, but I mean, I
She was
know.
the first person to talk about reparations in this cycle.
I know. That's why she tried to get to some foot.
Try to pander to the
And
black vote.
she's mad that everybody else jumped on the bandwagon.
Right. He was like, look at these.
Hey, what do you think about
Andrew Yang?
President Yang? What do you think about Kamala Harris and de Blasio?
Who's the president?
I don't know. They wouldn't. I don't know.
So then de Blasio, Harris. So here's the thing about de Blasio. Okay, if you put de Blasio in front of my girl, why are we putting him in the front? What can he get us that we can't? Because he can debate Trump, you mean?
Yeah.
I think that Kamala is stronger. She's a prosecutor.
Yeah.
And we can put her in the forefront. De Blasio is like a loose gun. You know what I mean? And we can't bring him out all the time. Mm-hmm. Like we have company. We have a different kind of company. You play in the basement. And then, you know what I mean? And then when we need to,
Wait, I mean, the president's a loose gun. He's a loose cannon. Okay?
Yeah.
That shoots blanks. You know what I mean?
And duct tape around.
Right. I'm gonna blow Iran up.
No, but it's gonna say.
No, I'm not
gonna fire the gun.
No, I don't want to kill people. If you 150 of them killed. You know,
all right, bring us back. Tell me this. Okay, so, but that's tomorrow. I'm very interested in that. Last thing, and it's not even on the list, I know. But Trump is such a bluffer.
Yeah.
If anybody else was in office, not him, right? He's on the sidelines. And the current president is smooching up with Russia, writing love letters and in love with Kim Jong-un, right? Bending over and grabbing the ankles from Saudi Arabia, right? And talking trash to Iran, and then they shoot down one of our drones, and when it comes time for you to do a response, they change their mind because allegedly civilian population will be killed. What would he be saying about that person?
He would be talking about like a dog.
Right. And this is supposedly the commander-in-chief.
Right. I mean, hey, you know, it speaks more about the people who put him in office than him. So it lets you know what they...
Well, in their defense, they didn't know he was going to be this.
Are you
They
kidding?
didn't know. They didn't know.
Yeah.
Because they were believing the propaganda he was saying when he was coming in. And when he was saying he was
But
coming in, he didn't say he was going to do none of this stuff.
You're specifically referring to Iran's situation.
No.
They
told him that Mexico was going to pay for the wall. They believe. Some of them people believed him. Some of them people
They still
believed him.
do.
And they're going to say that Mexico is paying for the wall with the tariffs.
Right.
Which is foolishness.
Right.
I believe that the commander-in-chief needs to be a military guy. Or he puts somebody in position who's a military guy.
Right. I mean,
one or the other.
Right. Well, he doesn't
One
have
or the other.
to be a military guy to me, but he
Or
has
he
to
need to employ a military guy.
Yeah, but he can't be a person who says to the American people, I know more than the generals. I know more than anybody. I'm the smartest man in the room.
In the world.
And they believe him. And then he goes to North Korea and he said, you sending a guy who couldn't even get an airline maintained. You talking to a guy who couldn't even keep his casinos operating.
Right.
You talking to a guy who his daddy gave him $400 million and $100 million worth of contacts, and he went bankrupt. You sent him over here to negotiate nuclear armament on behalf of the United States? This is absolutely insane. You pick a guy who won't even show you his taxes, and you tell him to restructure the taxes of America. This is insane. This is insane. Yeah, and you put him in charge of the country? That's insane. I mean, this guy, he's good because he done con these white folks. You know,
yeah. He definitely did.
And he tells you, I like the uneducated. He says it. My group is, I like the uneducated. I mean, hey.
Now, here's the thing, Dad. Here's the part that was very slick because most people don't know what I'm going to say. Some uneducated people graduated from college.
Mm-hmm.
Just because they went to school don't mean they're educated.
Mm-hmm.
Those people were programmed.
Yes, sir.
But intelligence
Mm-hmm.
is emotional
Mm-hmm.
and intellectual.
Mm-hmm.
Is not taught in school.
Mm-hmm. That's right. That's right.
And so a lot of these senators that are kissing his butt, they're uneducated because they can't see what he's doing and who he is.
Mm-hmm. Well, I like the way you said that because we assume that when I said they're uneducated and he says it, we think we're talking about the hillbilly. I dropped out in the 3rd grade. I don't even know how to. I don't even know how to spell Kansas City. And we talking about as you said, Senator such and such, Congressman such and such, because they supporting him. Because and Ryan got so scared that he said, this stuff is so crazy. I ain't gonna run no more. You know what I mean? He ran back home.
Right.
And ran back home. You know what I mean? This
he kicked him in his britches on the way.
And told him he better shut up and not say a word.
And he ain't said
nothing.
nothing.
He ain't said a word. You know what I mean?
Turned his phone off.
Yeah, it probably did. And so this is dangerous. We're in dangerous times, and we've got to take charge of our community. And
I'm more fearful of Iran or one of these countries calling his bluff than I am of him. He's not going to do anything. He's completely scared of everything, his own shadow, and he's proved that. Because even George Bush, I mean, when it comes time, somebody shoot down a American drone and you don't do nothing? Nothing? You were building up the military, the big bad military. You ain't do nothing? Like nothing? Nothing. He ain't do not one thing. They've called his bluff. And a couple more years of this.
I mean, but
you can't keep calling it like.
But
Diamond, keep calling his bluff.
What did he do when he went to North Korea?
Nothing.
They're still building.
Yeah.
They don't respect him. They all know him. And
the Iranian people, the government, are saying they don't respect him. They're saying we're not going to meet with you. You're not qualified to talk to us.
But he ain't.
Well, I know that, but I'm saying now they know.
Right.
Other people know.
Right.
And this really hurts America.
Right. And then the thing is that as we said that what was it? What's the slogan from last time? Make America Great Again.
Mm-hmm.
He has shown how to make America hate again. Is what he's done.
Yeah, but we're hating each other.
You're right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? And so, well, I wonder what news we're going to have next week.
Yeah, next week, another week, maybe another woman's going to come out and say something that Trump did to her.
Yeah.
But thank you always, Dad, for another great show.
Thank you, my son.
As you said, we'll be back next week. Of course, on demand, radioonfire.com/father and son.
And you need to get your news from your people. Get the truth, the real deal. Radio on Fire. We ain't no liars.